Yeah, JaVale's going to be listed as questionable for tomorrow night. Still has some soreness. And Dion is going to have further testing done this afternoon. And when we learn the results of some of the testing he's going to have done, we'll list, we'll have what we're going to list him on the injury report as after that testing.
Okay, Frank, I'm just assuming you got a chance to go through the tape. What stood out on the rewatch for you?
Things just becoming clearer. Every time you play in a playoff series, each game that you play, some of the ways that you want to attack the other team become clearer. Things you like, things you don't like, things that work during the regular season could be tweaked and slightly differently. In a series like this, especially with such a unique style of play on both sides of the ball for the Rockets. So. It's really a lot of that type of stuff that we worked on with our group today. Different ways we want to attack them, and I really love the energy of our defense. Our guys really bought into what our plan was, and the many ways that we kind of mixed our pitches with their great players. I mean, this team is super talented. And giving them different looks is an important part of how to play these guys.
Hey Frank, it's Dave. When you do that on defense, are you scripting that before the game? Are you letting them know, we're going from this to this to this? Or are you kind of calling stuff out on the fly? Like how do you communicate to your team what you're going to be doing as you go through the game?
How do I communicate? Well, we do. We have a plan going in of different coverages. And an idea of when we would use those coverages, and obviously once you get into the game, then you feel the game out.
Hey Coach, just your thoughts with LeBron and Anthony Davis yesterday compared to Game 1. Did you feel like they were more aggressive in Game 2, and how much does that have to do with, like you were just mentioning, you had one game under your belt against the Rockets going into Game 2. Could you feel kind of their adjustments as well?
Yeah, definitely. Coach Mike made some good adjustments that we had to sort of in-game adjust to, and but we did. I think just get the guys the ball in better spots than we did in Game 1. I think our guys had a better feel for some of the switching that they do, and we're going to continue to have to grow our understanding of who this team is from game to game. It's got to get stronger. And obviously in the playoffs, be prepared for anything that the opponent's going to do from an adjustment standpoint.
Allie?
Sorry, guys.
1 second.
Kyle Good.
Yeah. I don't know if this is related to any of the injuries you guys had yesterday, but when Rondo played Game 1, we saw him slip a bunch of times on the floor. There's been some other games where guys have been slipping, not your games, but have you noticed anything related to that, or felt like the floor seemed different than usual?
It's the same floor, I believe, as what we play on in the regular season. I have seen some situations where guys are slipping. I don't know, what the cause is, but I have seen that in certain games, for sure.
It happened in the first round and then this round, but his second game was a little more aggressive and effective. How much of that is him understanding the other team better, him fixating his mindset on that, versus what you guys are doing game plan-wise?
I think it's both. I think they work together. Us describing how he's going to get the ball, when he's going to get the ball, what type of attack to have against certain defenders. I think that paints the picture in his mind of what he's going to encounter, and then he feels it out in the game. And hopefully he got stronger each game in the Portland series, and hopefully that's the same case in this series.
Tanisha?
I have one last question for Coach with Andy Kamenetsky.
Hey Frank, the type of offense that Houston has, where everything is just spread constantly around the floor, and there's so much ground for you guys to cover, especially when you're looking to do traps and stuff like that. How much margin for error do you guys have as a defense? And if the answer is small, how do you go about accounting for that as a coach in terms of figuring out what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, well, I think your margin for error is small. If you make mistakes against this defense, you're typically giving up a 3. And as you saw in the third quarter, they can hit them in bunches. So I guess your question was, how do you make up for it? You make up for it with communication and energy and using your hands. Getting your hands in the passing lane, strengths to the floor as much as you can. And but there definitely is a smaller margin for error. When you have the space around elite playmakers like they have.